better belly burst than good liquor be lost. When men grow virtuous in their old age, they only make a sacrifice to God of the devil's leavings. No man of honor, as the word is usually understood, did ever pretend that his honor obliged him to be chaste or temperate, to pay his creditors, to be useful to his country, to do good to mankind, to endeavor to be wise or learned, to regard his word, his promise, or his oath. Brisk talkers are usually slow thinkers. There is, indeed, no wild beast more to be dreaded than a communicative man having nothing to communicate. If you are civil to the voluble, they will abuse your patience; if brusque, your character. All human race would be wits, and millions miss for one that hits. A traveler's chief aim should be to make men wiser and better, and to improve their minds by the bad as well as good example of what they deliver concerning foreign places. Ah, a German and a genius. A prodigy, admit him. When any one person or body of men sees into their hands the power in the last resort, there is properly no longer a government, but what Aristotle and his followers call the abuse and corruption of one. Come hither, all ye empty things, ye bubbles riced by breath of kings, who float upon the tide of state. Come hither, and behold your fate. Let pride be taught by this rebuke. How very mean a thing's a duke, from all his ill-got honors flung, turn to that dirt from whence he sprung. An atheist has got one point beyond the devil. The proper words in the proper places are the true definition of style. She wears her clothes as if they were thrown on with a pitchfork. When a real genius appears in this world, you'll know him by the fact that all the fools have allied against him. Neither are any wars so furious and bloody, or of so long continuance as those occasioned by difference in opinion, especially if it be in things indifferent. Have you not observed that there is a lower kind of discretion and regularity, which seldom fails of raising men to the highest station in the court, the church, and the law? O Grub Street, how do I bemoan thee, whose graceless children scorn to own thee? Yet thou hast greater cause to be ashamed of them, than they of thee. Whoever wishes to win in this game must have patience and money, since the values are so little constant and the rumors so little founded on truth. Vision is the art of seeing things invisible. I am convinced that if the virtuosi could once find out a world in the moon, with a passage to it, our women would wear nothing but what directly came from thence. Love of flattery, in most men, proceeds from the mean opinion they have of themselves; in women, from the contrary. The more careless, the more modish. For, if we take an examination of what is generally understood by happiness, as it has respect either to the understanding or the senses, we shall find all its properties and adjuncts will hurt under this short definition, that it is a perpetual possession of being well deceived. In all assemblies, though you wedge them ever so close, we may observe this peculiar property, that over their heads there is room enough, but how to reach it is the difficult point. To this end the philosopher's way in all ages has been by erecting certain edifices in the air. Nothing more unqualified the man to act with prudence than a misfortune that is attended with shame and guilt. A little grain of the romance is no ill ingredient to preserve and exalt the dignity of human nature, without which it is apt to degenerate into everything that is sordid, vicious, and low. Perpetual aiming at wit is a very bad part of conversation. It is done to support a character, it generally fails. It is a sort of insult on the company, and a restraint upon the speaker.